Okay, guys, Courtney Sykes here from Southeastern Aesthetics Institute, and welcome to the Owner's Suite. We have a lot of fun in here. You might see some upcoming filmings of some services and some treatments, so I can't wait to share that with you. As you know, you will see those in the student portal or in the Skin Ed portal. For those of you that are not students of ours, you can log into Skin Ed, so that's exciting. I wanted to hop on here today to chat with y'all about the connection between our Advanced Aesthetics Academy and our Clinical Medical Assistant program. So we'll talk about them individually, and then I'd love to share with you why it's an amazing thing to do these together as programs that are kind of side by side, because they relate very much so. So our expertise, as y'all know, other than amazing education overall, is our aesthetics licensure course. We've been doing that since 2012, and for many of you, y'all know to come directly to the Advanced Aesthetics Academy when you're finished with that. We have many students that'll come not from our aesthetics class. They might have come from another school. They might be nurses. We've had nurse practitioners attend, all sorts of people from various backgrounds. So either way, we want you to come to the Advanced Aesthetics Academy. The prerequisite for that, however, is that you are a licensed esthetician, doesn't matter from where, so come on over, or a registered nurse or nurse practitioner. We would love to have you come and join us. Those are the prerequisites for that one. So back when I, first got the school accredited, one of the first programs I also got accredited was the Advanced Aesthetics Academy. So I would say that it's probably one of the only ones that is specific to this style of education. It's not a licensure program, it's a certification course specific to professionals. So being nationally accredited, I love that. I take a lot of pride in that, which is why we've always made sure it's just the best of the best. We're constantly adding new things, adding new equipment. It's a lot of fun. So the things you'll learn in the Advanced Aesthetics Academy are cosmetic lasers, but I always say that's a pretty umbrella term for what lasers are. So cosmetic lasers can be anything from ablative to non-ablative. And under those two categories, there's other categories. So ablative would be erbium lasers and CO2 lasers. We do a lot of that here. In fact, we do all of that here. And then non-ablative lasers would be your IPLs or your BBLs. So intense pulse light or broadband light. And IPL treats things like acne and vessels. We do skin tightening with that one. We also do tattoo removal. We also have a new ND YAG arm, which is fantastic for things like leg veins, spider veins, or distended capillaries. So we do that at a 6 or 8 millimeter spot size. So if it's not like a tiny diffuse little broken capillary, we would do it with the ND YAG. If it's a bigger one, we do it with the YAG laser. So that's amazing. I'm sure I'm missing something there, but lasers are so fascinating, and we teach a ton of that. Not only the practical application of it, but the theory application of it. One of my favorite things to do is teach the laser physics portion, and I go into the history of lasers. We talk about the mediums, we talk about the chromophores, which are the targets, and we talk about the care plans. So I go around to trade shows every year. I'm actually fixing to do one this year, doing another one in the spring, but it's interesting for me to see things and see you all outside of these walls, because I see that that's the disconnection. So seeing the disconnection with care plans and lasers and kind of how to pair things together in the medical spa environment is really fun to actually bring some of those questions, some of the things y'all are challenged with or other professionals might be challenged with, back into the classroom. So that brings a very real life approach to what we do in the Advanced Aesthetics Academy, which I think is awesome. Not only that, but we also teach, and of course now in South Carolina, dermaplaning is approved for estheticians to do, so that is great. But we also do teach dermaplaning, but how to pair it with medical strength chemical peels. That one's very unique to our Advanced Aesthetics Academy, so we do teach you that. You're going to learn medical strength chemical peels, which is anything between a 0 and a 1.99 in pH. So teaching you kind of back to the fundamentals of chemical peels, but how to really elevate that in a way that is safe for the consumer. Then we also teach microneedling and microchanneling at those medical strength depths. We also make sure you learn all of the best numbing techniques for these things. I mean, anything you can think of, we teach it to you. But microchanneling and microneedling are fantastic. Microchanneling goes down to a 1.5 millimeter depth. Microneedling goes down to a 2.5. So there's variations and types of skin conditions you would do for those kinds of treatments, and you want to have those options. So we teach you all of that. Then, of course, one of my favorites too is micropigmentation. I teach that every Tuesday, so you won't be seeing a client unless I'm there with you doing the client alongside you. So I always start it and I always finish it. And we do things like eyebrows, we do the shading, we do the blading, we do the nano brows with just the hair strokes sometimes. Of course, that's better on drier skin types. We also do the eyeliner. We do upper, we do lower, we do tops only, we do wings, we do thin, we do thicker, whatever the case may be. We also do lip blushing, which has become extremely popular. I didn't always do that one. When we first started the program, we added that in, so that's kind of fun. And now we do the areola training as well, which is really great for those that are, dealing with breast cancer issues or mastectomies or anything like that. So we love teaching the micropigmentation, and I find that folks that take this course, they love a little bit of everything. So they might do the lasers, they might love micropigmentation, but at the end of the day, they have this comprehensive education that they can take and go and work anywhere, which is really fantastic. And we're going to segue into CMA stuff in just a second, but I will just say that we've got people that do travel from all over the place. One of our current students, here we are in South Carolina, he just came all the way from Arizona to come to this class. So we're having a lot of fun in the advanced class. That's a fun one. So the reason I wanted to hop on here too is because the clinical medical assistant program that we offer is a great one. If you do not have any medical credentials and you're wanting something that's relatively fast-paced to get into the medical arena and work alongside your nurse practitioners, your PAs, and your physicians. So we are accredited through, of course, the Council on Occupational Education, but who oversees that one is the South Carolina Commission on Higher Education, and that class is 20 weeks long. We do 15 weeks of theory here on site in our theory classroom, which is actually behind me right now. We've got a medical lab specific for that program, as well as a computer lab specific for that program. And we'll talk about the things that are included in it in just a minute. Then, after that 15-week theory, you're going to then move on to 5 weeks of an externship. We like to get to know you when you're in that class and kind of find out what you're into, okay? So if you want to go into pediatrics, we're going to help you with that one. If you're into more of the lab stuff, we're going to help you with that one. If you're more into whatever it is, dermatology, plastic surgery, will help you go into that avenue. We've got some amazing externship site agreements with some local physician offices and practices. And it's nice because you could say halfway through your last 5 weeks, Courtney, your admin team, I want to switch and maybe do an externship here. So we'll help align that for you. And that's part of what I think is really cool about what we do. But backing up to what you learn here in the classroom, we do a lot of advisory committee meetings here throughout the year. And I like to hear from people in the field that are hiring you all, okay? So if you come to our CMA program as one example, I want to hear from hiring individuals that are actively hiring you. The biggest question and the biggest concern, I would say, that a lot of people have of medical assistants is that they're not prepared to stick people and not prepared to draw blood when they come and they work in these positions. And I think that's unfortunate. I mean, if you're coming to school for something, you should get that hands-on training here. So what we have done, not only are you going to learn phlebotomy, which is the venipuncture items, all your blood draw procedures to be able to work alongside any medical personnel. You're also going to learn all the medical billing and coding, which is fantastic. You're also going to learn EKG techniques. You're going to be American Red Cross certified, which is amazing. We are now approved to teach those classes as well. And then you're also going to not only learn from our KINS textbook, which is this thick book with all these different fun, theory items in it, but you're also going to learn from the National Health Career Association, the NHA. You're going to have an entire portal that you log into in our computer lab to do all these simulations for things like medical billing and coding and variations of things that might happen in a medical environment. And you actually take your national certification exam here. We're an approved testing site for the CMA certification nationally here, which is exciting. So with that being said, back to the on-site phlebotomy training, we do pair with our Advanced Aesthetics Academy students, which is again a cool reason to pair these together, to be able to draw blood on live patients that are overseen by our on-site physician and on-site nurse practitioner during those good faith exams. So you're actually going to draw the blood, and then we actually spin it down into a centrifuge and do PRP microneedling injections that way. You will also get to learn doing blood draw just otherwise, but I want you to have a reason to draw blood when you're doing it and seeing how you package it up, how you label everything, how you cart it where it needs to go, and an actual procedure be performed with that blood draw. off. That gives you the best hands-on training for that. But to finish off, I will just say, if you're looking at aesthetics, there's no better place to come for the Advanced Aesthetics Academy than Southeastern Aesthetics Institute. But then I would also consider, if you're not a registered nurse and don't really want to go that avenue, consider taking our clinical medical assistant program. And that will really set you apart working in the medical field in medical aesthetics. And I can't wait to see you soon.